Hey everybody, I'm at Lewis and Clark State Park, just north of St. Louis, Missouri, to learn about one of the greatest adventures in American history. After President Thomas Jefferson and the United States government acquired the Louisiana Purchase from France in 1803, there was a huge question mark as to exactly what the upstart nation had taken possession of. Few Americans at that time had journeyed west of the Mississippi River, and many wondered if there was a river or waterway that connected the Missouri River to the Pacific Ocean. Jefferson decided to send an exploring expedition to find out. This expedition would not only explore and document the new territory, they were to continue all the way to the Pacific, waterway or not, which at that time was not part of the United States. Jefferson was also interested in the indigenous people who populated the West and wanted to secure relations that would encourage trade. Needing someone he could trust to lead the expedition, Jefferson turned to his personal secretary, 29-year-old Meriwether Lewis. Like Jefferson, Lewis was an intellectual who loved to study nature, but he also had previous military and frontier experience. During preparations, Lewis asked his good friend William Clark to accompany him. Although technically a lieutenant in rank, Lewis and Clark referred to each other as captains and served as the expedition's co-commanders. In Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Lewis commissioned a keelboat to be built for the journey. This flat-bottomed boat was then loaded with supplies and scientific instruments before Lewis sailed it down the Ohio River. Along the way, he picked up Clark and a group of around 40 volunteers from nearby frontier army posts that he had recruited for the expedition. This Corps of Discovery then camped for their first winter just north of St. Louis, near the confluence of the Mississippi and Missouri rivers in present-day Hartford, Illinois. At the Lewis and Clark State Historic Site, a reconstruction of that first winter camp, known as Camp River Dubois, stands near the Mississippi River. Here Clark drilled and trained his men for the upcoming expedition, while Lewis continued to gather supplies and plan the logistics for the daunting journey. Finally, spring came, and by May the Corps of Discovery was ready to depart. On May 14, 1804, the expedition left Camp Dubois, heading up the Missouri River in their keelboat and two smaller canoes. The boat could be propelled by sail, but frequently had to move under human power, either by oar, pole, or even being towed. Needless to say, it was hard work, and the strong current of the Missouri River didn't make it any easier. Averaging between 7 and 15 miles a day, it would take all summer and well into the spring before the Corps reached present-day North Dakota. Along the way, a member of the Corps, Sergeant Charles Floyd, died apparently due to appendicitis. Yet remarkably, he would be the only casualty of the entire expedition. After traveling some 1,600 miles up the Missouri, they stopped and built Fort Mandan, named after one of the many indigenous tribes they had met along the way. After exploring all the way to the Pacific, the expedition arrived back at Camp River Dubois in September of 1806, 2 years and 4 months after departing. Today, you could retrace this first leg of the Corps of Discovery's journey by traveling the Lewis and Clark National Historic Trail, which covers almost 5,000 miles and 16 states. Stop number 1 on the trail is the Lewis and Clark State Historic Site. Not only can you see a reconstruction of Camp River Dubois, but the museum also features a replica of the expedition's keelboat, loaded with supplies and ready for one of the greatest adventures in American history. So come start your journey on the Lewis and Clark Trail at the Lewis and Clark State Historic Site. It's one of the best places in America.